Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Alright, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the elders at GMS, and I want to say shalom and salutations to all you brothers that's in this truth, pushing the truth. And I'm Zahab, I'm GMS Mississippi Camp, and today I'm going to examine the word plain. All right, because we always examine Esau's spirit in Genesis 25 when it says he was a cunning hunter, and his warlike mentality and his field like mentality. Then it also goes on to say that he was going to be blessed with the sword. So we can associate that with the so-called whites today. It fits them like a Cinderella slipper. All right, but what about the plain man? How does that fit the 12 tribes? The so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, so-called North American Indians, so-called Hispanics. All right. Well, we're gonna break it down according to the scriptures, and I'm just using my little GMS chalkboard, my little washer board. All right, and just to keep it plain, Well, when I looked up the word plain, and then in the Blue Letter Bible, it took me to the word Tom. And in this particular scripture, it said that Tom was used to describe Jacob's character as opposed to Esau's character, as opposed to Esau's ferocious spirit. All right, which Tom took me back to the word mild or placid. All right, which is where you get the word complacent from. Which basically, when I looked on dictionary.com and looked up the word placid on dictionary.com, and it took me to the word calm, peaceful. Now, it was heavy that the word peaceful is used to describe the word placid, which goes back to the word plain in the Blue Letter Bible. All right. Placid doesn't go back to plain, but that's the word they use to describe or define the word plain. All right. And basically, it took me all the way to the word peaceful, and I thought that was spiritual because basically the theme of Israel is peace. All right, the word Jerusalem is Shalam, which means house of peace. Isaiah 9:6 it calls Yahweh Shai the Prince of Peace. All right, Genesis 14:18 it calls Melchizedek, which is Yahweh Shai, the king of Shalam, which is peace. When we greeted each other in the ancient world, we said peace. But guess what? When the 12 tribes, mainly the southern kingdom, they're famous for this, man. When we departed from each other, what would we say? We'd be like peace. Peace. And in the ancient world, we'll say shalom, shalom. All right. In Genesis 43:23, which I could get it. This is Genesis 43, verse 23. It says, "And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter." I'm sorry, that's not the scripture. I actually have the wrong scripture for that. But we basically said, peace be unto you. All right. Which we will say shalom. Now here's the black man's guide to understanding a black woman. This is page 154, basically explaining who has this peaceful spirit. Alright? I want you to take a wild guess today who has this peaceful spirit. This is black man's guide to understanding a black woman. Alright? I used this book when I was doing lessons on the book on Kazakh 7's channel, which is my brother. Alright, the brother Kazakh. This is a black man's guide, page 154. It says the black man, which is kind of hard to get it right here, so I just read it. It says the black man is a powerful unit of life by nature. He is forgiving and is only seeking peace. He is forgiving and he is only seeking peace. He wants to design his world to eliminate discord and disunity. Now, like I said, when it said Jacob was a plain man, he was basically laid back, man. One thing that the 12 tribes value is serenity, a peace of mind. Hell, it was Marcus Garvey that said having a wife was an impediment to his work and to his peace of mind. In other words, that basically stem from being peaceful or having a peaceful spirit that happens to fit Jake are words that we use today, man. Which are like, oh, I'm chilling. You ask Jake how he doing, he say I'm chilling. Or you might say, man, that dude laid back, or he's calm, he's collective. You know, he stays to himself. That's rooted back in the spirit of his forefather Jacob, man. Because it said Jacob was a plain man, which plain went back to the word tam, which meant basically calm or peaceful, as opposed to Esau's ferocious spirit, man. His hunting out field like mentality. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom.